Hi, so as you can see, my hair's now wet, and I'm just quickly going to go through what you will need to pin curl, and then we'll get started with the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a hairbrush. It can be any type of hairbrush. I like this one because it really gets into the roots of your hair, but it's totally up to you. Secondly, I'm going to use this, which is a backcombing brush, but we're going to use this end. And this is just basically going to help us lift up various sections of hair and help us get a nice clean lines. Thirdly, you'll need styling product. I use this one, which is Motion's Foaming Wrap Lotion. But it's completely up to you. I got this from like a hair extension shop in Leeds. You can get this everywhere and it's quite cheap. This is like £3.50. It's quite cheap. But it's totally up to you what you want to use. If you have thicker hair, you want to use something that's maybe got a bit of extra hold in it, or if you want to use something lighter because you have fine hair, it's totally up to you. As long as it's for wet setting or it's a product that you use on wet hair, it's fine. There's no problem. The most important thing you're going to need is some of these. Let's see if I can get that in there. So they're little Pincurl clips. I think they're called Pincurl clips. These are my favourite thing to use to pin curl. You don't have to use them. If this is the first time you've ever thought about pin curling in general, then maybe you don't want to go and buy a load of products straight away. You can use these bobby pins, which I think everybody has. You just need to use two. So when I form a curl in my hair and I hold it and I can just put the clip into place, you will use two. So you would use one and then you would use another, and then that would just make sure that it's safe and secure and that the curl isn't going to go anywhere. If you want, this is not a necessary thing, but you might want to get a spray bottle. I have one. My hair's quite fine and sometimes it does dry quite quickly, and if that's the case you might just want to have a spray bottle. This has just got water in it. You can pick these up everywhere. I think this was less than £1. Just give your hair a quick spritz and it'll just keep it nice and damp so that you can get that curl. Okay, so now you know what you need. Let's go ahead and get the tutorial started. Okay, so I've gone through my hair with my product and now I'm going to get my parting in place. So I'm going to use my hairbrush and I'm just going to, as you can see, my hair is not dripping wet. It's dried off a little bit, it's air dried slightly, but it's not pouring wet, which is ideally what you need. Okay, so get your parting and brush the hair through. This is actually my second tutorial doing pin curling. The original one that I did, you couldn't see the top of my hair, which was kind of pointless, seeing as the top of your hair is very, very important. So okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our first pin curl, and I like to start at the front here with my fringe, my band, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so you're going to get the section of hair, you're going to use the bottom part of the brush, just brush anything away. And I work to roughly an inch square, or roughly an inch. But you know, ladies, who really knows what an inch is these days? I mean, we've been lied to by men forever. So, but I think that's about an inch. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna bob down so you can see. So there you can see the tip of my hair. I'm gonna kind of smooth that up into a point. Get your two fingers and wrap that hair around and then catch, ooh, got a little loose whip. Try that again. You're gonna catch the hair in and hold it, and then you're just gonna literally just roll it down. And that's the first one done. I'll come closer so you can see another one. So again, just get the end of your brush and just lift up the section of hair that you want. This hair section is going to be slightly bigger because I've got this, obviously you've got your hairline to take into account. Don't be it doesn't matter too much if you just put a little bit extra in. And okay, so we're going to wrap the hair around the finger, catch it in, and then you're literally just gonna make sure that little end piece is all safely tucked in. And then we're just gonna roll that down. This is why I like using these clips, because you can do them with one hand. You can literally just hold the hair, and then with the other hand you can just slide the clip in. But if you wanted to use the bobby pin method, you're gonna have the same result. Okay, so just check you've got the amount of hair that you want there. And again, we're just going to wrap that hair around the finger, and then we're going to just roll it down. There is another way of pin curling. You can actually do, some people like to do the pin curls flat against the head. I like this. I think this is called like the bubble method, or that's something along those lines. I don't like the other method. For whatever reason, I've done it a couple of times and it's never worked for me. It's always looked really horrible. So yeah, I don't. I think I sometimes do it around here with some of the bits of hair that are quite fine and quite short, but I wouldn't do it all over my head. I much prefer the result that I get from this pin curling method. But hey, it's totally up to you, you know. It's like everyone has got different ideas about how they want the hair to look, so if it works for you, that's great, but for me, I can't. It just looked horrible. Actually, it was very, when I just started doing vintage hair, so it might have been just my complete lack of expertise, but I just looked atrocious. I had to go to work as well, my hair just looked awful. Okay, so we're just going to do next part, the top of the hair. Just going to curl that in. Again, get the end in, and then slowly roll that down. Sorry, you can hear some crying there. I don't have anybody locked in my basement. That is my dog, who, I don't know, wants some kind of attention. But I can't give him it right now. Sorry, I just took a little bit too much hair there, so I'm just going to go back and there we go. Get those end bits in. And we're just going to curl down and put a little clip in place. Okay, so I like to get those 4 pieces done first. They're like my 4 main rolls, and then I start to do this side. So I'll just turn slightly to the side so you can see. Oh, there he is, that you can see him now. I think he just wants to be on TV, secretly. Okay, so let's just get the hair, just section your hair, and what I like to do is section the hair so it's roughly near my ear, so it's like a line up from my ear. So just get a standard clip and I just fasten that part of my hair back. And I'm not following any kind of set pattern here. This is just the way that my hair falls. So this is just the way I do it. This is just the way I like to part my hair and have more of one side. And obviously when you brush your pin curls out, you can brush them in any style or direction that you want. It's totally up to you. So as you can see, like these bits of hair here are really, really kind of wispy. So I'm not gonna put like a bubble curl in these because it's just, I probably could, I'll try. So same technique around the finger. You will get faster at this as well, I promise. Like it's just one of those things, it's, practice makes perfect. You know, anything to do with makeup, hair, practice, practice, practice. It's the aim of the game. Sometimes when you first start doing pin curling, your arm will just go dead. And you'll be like, no, wake up arm. I've got like another 500 pin curls to put in my hair. Don't go to sleep now. You have to just power through that, I'll be honest with you. You don't have any choice. If you want to have pretty hair, you have to sacrifice. And if it means a dead arm, so be it. Okay, okay. They've actually worked. Sometimes they don't work. I have been growing layers out of my hair, which I'll be honest with you, if you have layers in your hair, it's not ideal for pin curling at all. But you can. You can still do it, but like you're just going to have a couple of issues with the hair. Okay. So now I'm just going to, got like a little bit of hair trap there. Okay, I'm just going to do like one big one at this side. And obviously the smaller and tighter the curl, obviously the tighter the style. I don't like mine too tight, to be honest, because once you've actually put the pin curls in and then you brush them through, you can then pin it all back in place again, which I can show you. I'll show you how to do that in the next part of this tutorial. But so I would suggest don't go too tight and small, because then you can end up, if you've got that type of hair, which I have, you can end up with a bit of a kind of a frizzy mess, and then you can't do anything with it and you won't be able to get it into that nice sleek wavy style that you want to go for. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into this side and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to go down the side of the ear, or roughly just near the ear. And just clip that hair back. Okay. So, got a small piece of rogue hair. Just going to catch that into this this pin curl. And again, we're just going to do exactly the same thing. Just wrap the hair around the finger. Catch the ending. If you don't catch the ending, you can end up with like little fluffy, the ends can go a bit fuzzy, and then you're just going to spend a whole lot more time trying to sort that mess out. And my hair does have that tendency to just frizz. So, okay, and then we're going to do two quite small little curls at this side. Hold on a second. We have some kind of, I have a domestic altercation. Shh, shh, shh. No, come on. No falling out, come on, we're busy. Okay, so just gonna, again, repetitive. This is, and it's very repetitive, but you will get used to the technique. You probably, like, literally, if like your friends will let them do this on you, your mum, anybody with long hair, anybody with hair kind of shoulder length, just be like, let me pin curl your hair. Like, let's try it. Oh, that one's gone wrong. Just practice. The more you practice, the better you're gonna get, the quicker you're gonna be, and the better your hair is gonna look. And it really is just practicing with these vintage style, like anything wet, like rollers, anything that's not straightening irons is going to require a little bit of practice. So, sorry, my camera stopped recording. So we're just going to go in and just finish these last two little pieces off. detailing. I'm going to use my spritz because it's not, the tip's gone a little bit fluffy. You could just dip your fingers in a glass of water if you didn't want to buy one of those, but I like the little spray, it's just easier. You can just give it a quick spritz. And then that's in. And then this one, I do this flat to my head just because there isn't a lot of hair. Okay. So, I've done the front section of my hair. I've done the front section, done this little side bits, and then, so now what I'm going to do is, if I can, I'm going to show you this top part. So from here, from the crown like of my head back, all my curls go this way and they all go towards the back of my hair. They all curl round like that. So what I'm going to do is first section. And I tend to do these a little bit bigger and chunky because these are longer pieces of hair. So I don't know, I tend to do them slightly bigger than I would the hair on the front. So this is actually a little bit dry. I'm just going to give it a quick squirt there. So there we go, you can see on my head. So again, it's the same technique, and this is when your arm's going to start going dead. Like that. Back, oops, let go. Same technique. I can give that a quick brush actually. So there we go. And then you're just gonna, same technique, all the way back, and but it's gonna be like right on top of your head. And you're just going to fasten it with a slide. Ooh, it's gone a little crazy. Oh my god, I can feel water dripping on my head now. Okay, so just twist, twist, twist. Curl it down. Okay, there we go. So that's the first one on top. So then next we're going to get, oh god, I can smell the water. This is going to start dripping down my face. So then next, take your next section. And then I'm just going to ask a little bit too much. Just going to take that little bit of hair out. Brush it through, and same again, we're just gonna twist it round and then pull it down. So next we'll do one on this side. Hey! No! Shh. No, come on. So this one's going to go down this way. So we're just going to do the same. Curl it round. Small end tucked in there. So you can see. So now I'm going to finish off the back. So I'm going to turn around. Okay, so I'm going to start doing, I'm going to do the back of my hair now. Okay, so now you can see the back of my head. So what I'm going to do, and I hope you can see this, is I'm just going to take the brush and I'm just going to roughly just go along my hair. Like so. And this is going to be the most difficult part of your pin curling because you can't see what you're doing. You have to just kind of learn to feel what it should look like. So if this is a complete mess, I apologise right now. And I can feel already that I've got more hair in one section than the other, but it's not really going to matter too much. So we're just going to take our hair and we're just going to do exactly the same thing, but you're just going to be working a little bit blind because obviously you can't see what you're doing. So exactly the same technique as before. Fingers, wrap that round, keep it tight, keep it all in. Obviously you're not going to know if there's any loose ends sticking out, you're just going to have to try and feel best you can. And then just put that little clip in there. And it's not going to, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the tidiest pin curler, but my hair always looks good, so I think that it's kind of, it doesn't always have to look super neat and tidy. And then again, we're just going to wrap that around, try and feel the end. And then get that in. Oh, I just felt I just pulled some of my hair out as well. That's annoying. Trying to see blind. No, I'm not having that. Did we do that one? Okay, that doesn't feel too horrendous. So you're just going to keep doing that. So you're just basically going to keep using this brush, like, oh, there we go. Using this, you're just going to use your hands, just feel where the curls should be. And like the first time you do this, if it looks horrendous, don't lose heart, because honestly, you've just got to keep trying it. But obviously, if you've watched my tutorial because it's so good, it won't look horrendous. Ha! So get that in and just keep curling that round. And so you're just basically going to do all of your hair. So you're going to do all of your hair like that. You're going to curl it all up, and then you're going to be ready to do the next step. Okay, so I went in and I finished all my hair. I finished the back off. So I'll just slowly turn around. As you can see, so all the back's done. sides. Any messy bits, just tidy those up. So now you have to play the waiting game. How long will it take to dry? Well, that depends on how thick your hair is, on the humidity, lots of factors. Mine's quite fine, but it sometimes can take a few hours to dry. So I would say you need to leave this 4 to 6 hours. If you don't have 4 to 6 hours and you want it quicker, you can get a drying hood. I haven't got one of these, but you could get that. They fit onto the end of your hairdryer and the hood goes on your hair, and then you turn the hairdryer on and it circulates lots of nice warm air over your hair and it will set it quicker. I've really never, honestly, I've never felt the need to get one of these. I've always been quite happy, just like happy waiting for it to dry. Normally I would do this at night, and then I would leave it to dry naturally overnight. And what I do is I put a scarf on. So I've got like this one, and then I also have like a chiffony one. If obviously you needed to go to like the shop, the supermarket. I've actually been to work with my hair like this before. Like, I know people laugh, but I literally do not care. So, but you can just kind of, if you want to just keep the curls in, you can just take a scarf, this is a bit creased actually, and just put it around the back of your hair, and then just fasten that up. It's just going to keep it in, keep it tidy, keep any kind of loose hairs or clips kind of coming out. And yeah, you can just accessorize. You could do anything, go for any colour. So you want to go out, but it's totally up to you. But yeah, waiting game now, let it dry, and then I'll see you in a few hours when we're ready to brush out. Thanks.